everybody, welcome back to Cooking on the Wildside. I hope everybody enjoyed that show from British Columbia. That was a wonderful experience, and I actually brought back some of the moose meat. And I have the pleasure of working today with one of my good friends and probably my favorite chef in the city of Pittsburgh, Mr. Sam DiBattista from Vivo Restaurant. Hi, Sam.
Joe, you're too kind.
Oh, please. This is really, folks, we're going to talk about Vivo today. My wife and I are here all the time. We love it here. I was in the restaurant several months back, and you did a venison ossobuco,
right?
But I don't have it on the bone today. So what are you going to prepare with this moose?
Well, we got this moose, and we're going to do a slow braised moose over a soft polenta, and we're going to braise it with some just off-the-shelf ingredients. I took some orange marmalade, some red wine, whatever wine you have on the shelf will be fine. And then we're going to serve it with pan-roasted tomatoes. These are just cherry tomatoes with some salt, pepper, a little bit of parsley on them. These are pearl onions. They were fresh, and all we did was sauteed them and browned them off, caramelized them in a little bit of olive oil.
One of the things that's going to be fun today, Sam, is I don't have to work.
No.
I'm just going to watch an expert at his trade do his thing, so let's get started.
First thing we're going to do is put some olive oil in the pan and get that smoking hot. I have some sea salt that I like to use. This is an Australian sea salt. It's just fun to play with this kind of stuff. And then we'll add some pepper. And just season both sides real nice. You just want to make sure that's nice and hot and get a nice brown crust on the outside of the meat. Then we'll just flip it over. Once you get a nice crust, like nice and brown on one side, we'll flip it over. Let it brown a little bit more on the other side, and we'll go ahead and hit it with the wine and some garlic. Be careful when you do this, it could flare up. But I basically cover it. Beautiful. That's just burning off the alcohol. I'm going to season it again with just a little salt and pepper. Then I'm going to add the marmalade. Now you're trying to get a little sweetness. It's not that you don't want this to be sugary sweet. You just want that little finish of sweetness. Stir that in. We just want to add some slices of garlic real quick. Not too much. And then we're going to add just a little chopped parsley. Put a lid on it, and that'll just braise for about an hour.
Hey, Sam, while we have our moose braising, it's going to be a while. You have another hobby, and it's kind of cutting-edge stuff, and tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I'm a big fan of vinyl records, and I started collecting vinyl a couple of years ago, and I got into physically building turntables. So I have a production model getting ready to hit the market, and I'd love to show you guys what I'm up to. It might be kind of fun. All right, soft polenta. Now, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I don't really use a lot of heavy creams and butters in my cooking, but when it comes to polenta, you got it. I just think you need to use some cream and some butter in it. So I have about a cup of heavy cream in there. We're going to add a little butter to that, just a little pat of butter to get that in there. And then again, a little salt and pepper. And you just want to add this slowly until you get a nice consistency. Like I say, this is instant, so it doesn't take a real long time.
So you're just kind of blending that in there,
Yeah, just kind of blending it in.
thicken
It'll
up.
start to thicken up. And I'm looking for a nice soft polenta, so more of a creamy polenta than a dry one. So we're kind of getting to the point where we got a nice soft polenta with a little bit of butter and salt and pepper in it. That's about what we're looking for.
Okay.
Well, obviously braising takes time, so this is about an hour and a half after we started, and you end up with a nice thick brown sauce, which is what we were looking for. And the meat is nice and tender. All right, we're going to plate this up now. So what I'd like to do is end up with a nice little dollop of the polenta right there. And we're going to put the moose right on top. Now let me do this. We'll just line it up right on there.
Does that smell fantastic?
And you just the sauce is just going to be over the top. And we'll finish it with the tomatoes and the onions.
Sam, how come I can never get anything to look that pretty?
I lucked out today.
It is beautiful.
And then we're going to do the onions on top. And always have to have a little bit of parsley. I don't know what it is, but I consider parsley a seasoning. I know a lot of people use it as a garnish, but to me it's integral to the dish. Well, what you got here is braised moose over a soft polenta with a red wine reduction and caramelized onions and grape tomatoes.
All right, let's give this a shot. Wow, the flavors in that are unbelievable.
Yeah, it turned out nice.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey folks, we're going to give you all the information for Vivo Restaurant, and we're going to put Sam's website and phone number on there. You got to come out and say hello to Sam, and make sure you tell him that Joe sent you. That's going to do it for today's show, folks. I want to thank you for watching Cooking on the Wild Side. So until the next time, thanks for watching. Bon appetit.